Everybody ready? Right. Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for coming out, all of the citizens and the media, for being here today. The members of the Mount Vernon City Council are disappointed with the actions of some of the Mount Vernon police officers. The City Council is aware that the fine men and women who serve the Mount Vernon Police Department are pressured by city leadership inside and outside of the police department to engage in unprofessional and unethical behavior. Some of the actions taken by members of service violate the oath of office they were sworn to uphold. The excessive and unnecessary show of force by a police officer against a city councilman was unprofessional. It was also unethical because the officer was defending the mayor's brother. Mount Vernon's police officers should not serve as personal security detail for the mayor's family. Rather, they should be involved in community policing, solving cases, and implementing initiatives to make Mount Vernon safer. These important measures cannot be executed when there is no real leadership in the Mount Vernon Police Department. The critical work needed to improve public safety cannot be done when those currently at the helm are involved in action that range from obstructing police work to unmasking witnesses and to releasing officers' personal files on social media. To me, that is egregious. If a councilman could be mishandled by a police officer, the city's citizens will live in fear and will not have trust and confidence in our law enforcement professionals. And I might add that the mayor was standing right there during this procedure. So we are here today, and I will now introduce you to Councilman Andre Wallace, who actually was the victim of this police brutality. Councilman Andre Wallace.
Thank you, Council President, and everyone that's here today. The reason why we are here is to denounce actually what is going on with the corruption and the cover-up of the upper staff here. We have tons, let me start with this, we have tons of police officers that are honest, hardworking, law-abiding people, law-abiding citizens on our police force. However, there are a few bad cops and a few bad apples among us, okay? And first of all, we have a police station that is led by a garbage man who has no background, in policing, no background at all. And what we have here is him continuously to run our police department under the supervision of the mayor and his administration. Now, what we have here is countless amounts of letters that we have written to the mayor regarding this and regarding all of the things of such as putting people's personal information and other police officers that don't agree with them up on Facebook and through the publishing it throughout the websites and the blogs. Okay, we have police commission, alleged deputy commissioner that has threatened my life more than once, has threatened to beat me up beyond recognition, and then put out a false statement saying that I threatened him and harassed him. And this is all under the mayor's administration, which is not being addressed. Okay, I'm glad that the mayor came out today to hear what I have to say. And I'm glad he's showing up, and maybe we might even hear a few words from him, on why is Joseph Spezio still in our police department running it. Right. And I tell you right now, I'm glad he's here because I challenge him. You know, I brought what I have here, my checkbook, because I wanted to make sure, I wanted to find out what the price is to purchase him back for the people of Mount Vernon, since he has been bought by Joe Spezio and the others. Now, and I'm looking forward to this. And one thing I'm saying is, when you have a person in the police station that is an alleged deputy commissioner, okay, calling the shots, threatening people, okay, taking out actions against police officers he don't agree with, okay, or who's not doing his underhanded bidding, okay, these things are just not tolerated in our city. Now that's why I'm looking for federal interventions, for somebody to come in and have some oversight over the police department, because the citizens of Mount Vernon is not getting it. And one thing I know is when you can threaten and you can do bodily harm to a sitting councilman, who is next? There is no limit to what they will do. There is no limit to what they will say. And the lies continue to manifest over and over and over. And I'm still challenging the police commissioner, okay, to step up, the acting police commissioner to step up and do his job rather than sit back powerless and answer a lot of things that are happening in the community. There are a lot of crimes going on that are unsolved because of this administration. You have people like Joseph Spezio interacting and calling out to victims' parents of murder victims in a case where he does not belong. So we have to ask the mayor a lot of questions like, where is our police commissioner? We have set aside money for a police commissioner and he still have not produced one. And I can tell you why. Because he doesn't call the shots. We have to wait to see what Joseph Spezio is going to say. And that is a problem. Okay? When we look at our police station, we have to look at that upper management that is full of corruption. Right now, as a victim to a crime, okay, I have still not gotten a detective to ask me any questions, to take my statement. When this occurred, okay, the mayor was standing about 15 feet away with his detail, the one who threw me and slammed me up against the wall. And he said not one word, he's done nothing. And when I called 911 to get help because they refused to do anything, he fled the scene. Picture that, the police running away from the police. This is what we have to deal with in the city of Mount Vernon and the mayor as well. We have gone far enough with this, and now we need people to step up and hire authorities to come in here and to really have an oversight of what is going on in our community and in this building behind me.
All the police from Mount Vernon is nowhere to be seen.
And right now, with that being said, I'm going to have Reverend DeCole come up to talk about some of the things on coming from the faith base as well.
Good morning. This is a sad day in the history of Mount Vernon, when we as people of leadership, people of faith, have to come publicly to denounce, to present issues that are crippling our community. You know, it is a sad commentary when a sitting city councilman is attacked by police. What's furthermore disturbing is that I understood that even the police officer said they didn't know that he's a city councilman. That itself is disturbing when the police don't even know who the leadership is of the community. This is something that has got to be addressed by higher authorities than just our city government. We can't, as citizens, live in fear. If a city councilman is assaulted and gets no satisfaction, what does that say to the average citizen in Mount Vernon? What does it say to the average person that has a crime, that has an issue, assault, or anything of that nature? And if a councilman can't get resolution, what does that say to the actual citizens of our community? We are outraged. And furthermore, what's so disgusting, at least on my part, is that our leadership is all people of color. We are all people of color that have worked hard in order to climb the ladder, and yet we can't even work together. Something's wrong with that. We have a black mayor, majority black city council, black state assembly, black senator that represents Mount Vernon, and yet we can't get nothing right. Something's wrong with that. And it's a deeper rooted situation than that. That when we are bought and sold because of political favoritism and because of money and things of that nature, our community is separated and destroyed.
That's right.
And Councilman Wallace had put out a good point. Since when do we have the head of a waste management company be the head of a police department?
Mm-hmm.
Something's wrong with that.
Something's wrong somewhere.
We don't have people in upper management that understand law enforcement and things of that nature. So we outraged. We're outraged behind this. And we want intervention. We want the feds, the state, to come in, give oversight, review every policy and practice that's occurring within our community, and then help us to rebuild this community since I'm telling you, it's crumbling. Never saw anything like this before. That here we got to stand in defense of a councilman who was assaulted by police. Something's wrong with that.
The mayor did nothing about it.
And also with the mayor's brother engaged in this. Something's wrong with this. Something's wrong. So we are standing here together in solidarity, requesting again for oversight for the federal government, for the state to come in, review what's going on in our community and help us to rebuild. Thank you.
That's right.
We are all that, and which are looking for help. You're reaching out to look for yourself.
Next person to speak is going to be Kenny Chamberlain, who has a few things to say about police corruption himself.